Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope you are fine and safe at your homes. My name is Farhan Faisal Sheikh. I am lecturer in Fine Arts, Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Lower Mall Campus, Lahore. My specialization is graphic design. I am going to teach you the subject Communication Design. The course code of this subject Fine 3120. BFA Honours 6th Semester, Session 2017-21. Lecture number 1. Overview of Professional, Contemporary and Creative Graphic Design Process. This topic is very important for the students of graphic design. Essential steps of the graphic design process. Following established steps in the graphic design process can help you achieve the best results. Rather than jumping right into the design when you get a new project, you can save yourself time and energy by first researching the topic and understanding exactly what your client needs. Then you can begin finalizing your content. This starts with simple sketches and brainstorming, which is followed by several rounds of approval on designs. If you take the proper approach to your graphic design work, you and your clients will be happier with the final product. Let's walk through each step in the graphic design process. Step number 1. Gather information. Before you can start a project, you need to know what your client needs. This might sound obvious, but gathering as much information about your client's needs and goals is the first most essential step of the graphic design process. When approached for a new job, set up a meeting and ask a series of questions about the scope of the work, aside from the exact product your client needs. For instance, a logo. There is a series of questions from your client. Question number 1. What is the purpose of this project? Companies looking for a complete new image, or are they looking for a fresh new look? Most companies redesign their logo every 5 to 10 years, meaning they keep the same logo but just are looking for a more modern look. Question number 2. Is there any specific color that the company uses or color that represents the business? Colors play an important role in the design, especially in designing a logo. Color can represent the company's values and play an important part in what the company does. Question number 3. Does the company have a slogan or tagline? Some companies have a tagline or slogan. The reason they may have one varies, but it should be kept as simple as possible. This can be a memorable attribute that links your brand to the intended audience. It can tell potential customers and current employees what you are all about. Question number 4. Does the client has a specific logo or idea in mind? Half of the time, clients have an idea of what kind of logo they want to use to represent their business. If the client does not have a clear idea of what they want, asking the client to describe their business becomes a great way to understand what they are looking for. Asking the client if they have done any research for sample work can also become a vital part of the conversation. Question number 5. Does the logo require a specific image to represent the brand or what the business does? Some brands incorporate images within their logo to give it a unique look and represent what the company does. If the company is organic and sells organic food, it is expected that a green leaf will appear in the logo. Question number 6. Does the client prefer the logo to be typography? Some clients prefer to have a simple look to their logo. They could prefer looking at a logo design made from recognizable font instead of creating their own unique font to match the brand. Question number 7. Where the logo is going to be used. Understanding the media it will be placed in can allow the designer to configure how small the details on the logo should be. A logo that looks great in all format sizes will be a success, while a logo that has smaller details will not work when printed in smaller formats, such as business cards that have to be reduced. Question number 8. Is there a specific budget? Even it's only a rough guide, a budget estimate. Will you have an idea of the kind of solution you can offer and realistically provide? Question number 9. Is there a deadline for completion? You should also check out the timeline. If the project has a strict deadline, you need to know as soon as possible. Now that we have the basics covered, you should have a better idea of what kind of questions to ask before any concept is created. This doesn't mean that you will only ask these questions. It all depends on your client and what it will take to accomplish the product or project ahead. Take detailed notes which you can refer throughout the design process. Step number 2. Create an outline using the information collected in your meeting. You will be able to develop an outline of the content and goal of the project for a website, including all of the major sections and the contents for each. Include the dimensions and technical specification for print or web work as well. Present this outline to your client. Once you have reached agreement as to what the piece will look like and have received approval of the project details, you can proceed to the next step. Step number 3. Harness your creativity. Before moving on to the design itself, take some time to think about creative solution for the project. You can use the client examples of favorite work as guidelines, but your goal should be to come up with something new and different that will stand out from the rest. Here are a few ways to get the juices flowing. Brainstorming. Get together with a group and throw ideas with each other. Visit a museum. Get inspired by the original. Take a walk. Get outside and watch the world. People watching can generate a host of ideas too. Step number 4. Sketches and wireframes. Before moving into a software program such as CorelDRAW, Adobe Illustrator, Macromedia Freehand, and Adobe Photoshop, etc., create a few simple hand-drawn sketches of the piece's layout. Showing your client your basic ideas without spending too much time on design is a good way to find out if you are lead in the right directions. Quick sketches of logos, concepts, line drawings of layouts, showing where elements will be placed on the page, or even a quick handmade version of a package design can generate client feedback. That's so important in fixing down a direction you both agree on. For web design, wireframes are a great way to start with pages layout. A website wireframe, also known as a page diagram or screen plan, is a visual guide that represents the skeletal framework of a website. The wireframe depicts the page layout of arrangements of the website content, including interface elements and navigation systems and how they work together. And these are the examples of sketches and wireframes. Step number 5. Design multiple versions. Now that you have done, you finalize your content and gotten approval on some sketches, you can move on to the actual design phases. While you may knock out the final design in one shot, it's best to present your client with at least 2 or 3 versions. This gives them some options and allows you to combine their favorite elements from each. Quite often, you can agree on how many unique versions are included in a job when writing and negotiating your proposal. Too many options will lead too much unnecessary work and may overcome the client, which may frustrate you in the end. Ideally, limit this round to 2 or 3 unique versions. Be sure to keep the versions or ideas that you have to choose, not to present at the time, including those you might not even like. You never know when they will come in handy for future projects. Step number 6. Revisions. Be sure to let your client know that you encourage mixing and matching the design you provide. They may like the background color on one design and the font choices on another. From the suggestions, you can present the second round of design. Don't be afraid to give your opinion on what looks best. After all, you are the designer and the client is paying for your expertise. Even after this round, you can usually expect a couple more rounds of changes before reaching final design. Step number 7. Stick to the steps. When following these steps, be sure to finish each one before moving on to the next. Each step relies on information you will gain from the one before it. Working for a client is a collaborative process. Dear students, you can ask any questions regarding this lecture from me without any hesitation. Thanks. Take care. Allah Hafiz.